Good evening and welcome to Newsline, where Nigeria's untold stories step into light. Tonight, we move through stillness, motion, struggles, and celebration. Each story, a reflection of the lives we live and the strength we carry. We will be telling you about a quiet threat, how the way we sit each day may be doing more harm than we know, and the small changes that can make a big difference. Then we join the morning dash, parents navigating traffic, tantrums, and taking clocks to get their children to school with love and grit. Also, we entered homes once filled with silence and fear and met the brave voices against domestic abuse, backed by communities that care. Also, on the hills of Ogidi, where the New Yam Festival turns tradition into theatre and drums echo across generations. Now, from posture to parenthood, pain to pride, this is Newsline, storytelling that sees beneath the surface and speaks to the soul. I'm Elizabeth Omori. And as usual, let's begin with the news of the day with Mina, who is very ready. Hello, Mina.
Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the news. President Bola Tinubu has officially begun his engagements in St. Lucia with visit to leaders of the country. The president visited the Governor General and the Prime Minister of the host country. Governor General Cyril Errol Charles received the Nigerian leader at Mon 14, and subsequently, President Tinubu met with the Prime Minister Philip Pierre. The presidency has been speaking on President Tinubu's state visit to St. Lucia in the Caribbean, describing it as both cultural, historical, political, and economic significance and internationally strategic for South-South cooperation. Special Advisor to the President, Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the visit paves the way for the rekindling of ancestral bonds, igniting a new era of diplomatic, cultural, and economic possibilities between the two nations. He explains that, like many Caribbean nations, St. Lucia has a significant population of African ancestry, most of whom migrated from present-day Nigeria, bringing cultural and religious practices that persist today. And through her compassion, empathy, and generosity, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has demonstrated the true spirit of a mother to all. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf said this when he received a delegation sent to the state to convey the First Lady's condolences and support to the families of the 22 athletes who lost their lives in a motor accident. Abdullahi Mustafa has the report.
It is another message of goodwill and generosity delivered by the wife of the Deputy President of the Senate, Laila Barrow-Jibrin, from the Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. Support to the families of the 22 Kano athletes who died while on their way back from the National Sports Festival in Abuja. The 110 million naira assistance is accompanied by prayers for the repose of their souls and message of hope to the bereaved. This, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf noted, is another indication that Mrs. Tinubu represents a caring mother for all Nigerians. He cited her numerous support to the vulnerable groups in Kano, including 200,000 naira each to 250 elderly women and 50,000 naira each to 500 smallholder women farmers.
She equally donated food items to so many women across the 44 local governments, all within the last 1 year.
Governor Yusuf also thanked other donors, including those who supported the Farm Center GSM market victims, especially the Deputy Senate President Barrow-Jibrin. Prayers were offered for the deported athletes and late business icon Aminu Al-Hassan Bamtata. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Child rights activists and critical stakeholders in the education sector are advocating review of the Child Rights Act 2003 to ensure that the Nigerian child is protected from all forms of abuse and have access to education and other rights. Elizabeth Amori reports that this was at a briefing on the spate of abuse on children and homelessness.
School closures and child vulnerability has become a pressing concern in Nigeria. This media briefing was convened to draw government's attention to the growing threats facing Nigerian children. Stakeholders are urging the federal government to take decisive action to combat child abuse and neglect, particularly in states grappling with insurgency.
The children of FCT who have been out of school for 3 months, we pray that the president and the minister of the FCT to make it as an urgent need to ensure that these children return back to school.
Concerns were also raised around adoption processes, access to healthcare and security, all of which are critical to the welfare of the Nigerian child.
More efforts need to be doubled up to ensure that there's effective justice for children and families get justice for children who are sexually molested, children who are victims of trafficking, children who are working in the cocoa farms, working in so many, in the mining sectors, breaking, stones.
Parents and internet content creators are advised to avoid using children indiscriminately for content or personal gain, as this can expose them to predators. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA.
And in its continued effort to remain focused on its mandates and ensure operational excellence by management staff across the country, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCAN, has organized a retreat aimed at capacity building for all members of the administrative sector. Adejoke Odeka completes the report.
This retreat, organized by the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, for staff, is aimed at ensuring all states of the Federation align with the vision of human capital development and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda.
We need to be future ready. We need to develop our capacities too in order to develop same. And so this opportunity of team building is an exposure to gaining best practices.
For partners and members of the college, there is a need for team spirit in order to better meet the evolving demands of both public and private sector organizations in Nigeria, and also transform ASCON into a global brand.
With the new DG that just come in, our vision is very clear. Our vision is to transform this place into that global brand that we hope it will be.
It's a great start. We're talking about the branding, and this is the way to start, so that everybody is conscious about the direction in which we want to move.
We need to ensure that we increase the capacity of our people to be able to cope with a lot of that happening, a lot of innovation.
The transformation retreat, with the aim of aligning leadership vision, fostering teamwork, and driving strategic innovation, seeks to reposition ASCON as a catalyst for public-private sector transformation. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
Life Made Furniture has celebrated its 19th year, rewarding loyal customers with mouth-watering prizes. Power China, an Abuja-based customer, won the grand prize of a new SUV car in the anniversary raffle draw. Jewel Popola reports that 3 refrigerators, 5 washing machines, smartphones and other prizes were won by customers.
For the past 19 years, Life Made Furniture has dominated the Nigerian market, satisfying the cravings of Nigerians from different walks of life for quality products. And this anniversary promo is to appreciate their loyalty.
Putting all Ikeja tickets into the raffle draw box. That is Ibadan.
The final draw to pick the winner of the brand new SUV was characterized by anxiety.
So congratulations to our amazing winner. She just won herself the SUV car in the person of Power
The winner, who is in the category of those who made purchase of 10 million naira and above, was apparently confused and could not believe what she had over the phone.
Which item did you think you just won?
No, I didn't ask for that.
Apart from Power China, who won the grand prize, 3 lucky winners clinched double-door refrigerator, and one of the winners, Adiza, when contacted, described the double-door refrigerator as her most pressing need.
We need one.
Oh, you really need one? Oh, that is good.
5 lucky winners are going home with media washing machine, 10 winners got Redmi Note 14 smartphones, while 40 winners emerged in the draw for portable and fans. Managing Director of Lightmate Furniture, Liu Lihua, says 19 years of doing business in Nigeria has been rewarding so far.
We have the largest furniture industrial park. Give a good service, and I hope we can keep on doing that.
He urged Nigerians to expect more from Lightmate Furniture.
For now, we're just the major city, but we want to start business so many other capitals or other states.
Officials of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, who monitored the process, adjudged it as transparent. In Lagos, Joel Okbola, NTA News.
President Tinubu's health sector renewal initiative gets a boost with the establishment of a state-of-the-art microbiology and hematology laboratory in Bauchi. The laboratory, facilitated by Nigeria LNG, aims to tackle growing health threats like Lassa fever, cholera, and diphtheria. Bulak Afsa reports.
This newly established laboratory at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital is expected to play a crucial role in the diagnosis and treatment in advanced procedures for diagnosis and treatment of both communicable and non-communicable diseases. The Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Professor Yusuf Jibril Bara, said the laboratory provision will help in the areas of increased surveillance and ensure early detection and timely response to outbreaks.
It will assist us in having a very quick diagnosis and also reducing the time being waited by patients. And the hope we have in this kind of intervention is to see that diseases are being managed as they come.
This project will go a long way in touching, if not changing, the life of people.
In a message, the Managing Director of Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas, Philip Michel Billa, said the laboratory is a complement to the federal government's healthcare enhancement initiative.
We are really committed to sustainably ensuring that lives are saved.
The laboratory project is a commitment to shared vision with the federal government for a better healthcare service delivery. In Bauchi, Bulak Afsa, NTA News.
And operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested an ex-international footballer along with his partner over attempts to smuggle cocaine into Nigeria through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim reports on this and other anti-narcotic activities during the week.
The businessman was a frequent flyer, known for conveying clothes from Turkey to Nigeria and food items from Nigeria to Turkey. He was the first to be arrested upon his arrival at the Lagos airport on Tuesday, 24th June 2025. A search of his carry-on bag revealed 37 wraps of cocaine weighing 800 grams. Further checks reveal that an accomplice who turned out to be the former professional footballer who used to play for clubs in Brazil was waiting at the airport car park to collect the consignment from him. Another Europe-based businessman was on Friday, 27th June, arrested by NDLEA operatives at the Lagos airport while attempting to traffic 5,000 pills of tramadol packaged as malaria drugs to Spain. At the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, NDLEA operatives on Friday, 27th June, intercepted a Maputo, Mozambique-based bar attendant. A search of his luggage led to the discovery of 17 cardboard-sized parcels of methamphetamine weighing 17.500 grams and 3 parcels of cocaine weighing 3.050 kilograms. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Our sports is next, and Bade is standing by with updates. Hello, Bade.
Many thanks, Mina. Let's begin with football as the Super Falcons of Nigeria secured an emphatic 3-1 victory over rivals Ghana in a friendly match which was preparatory for the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Former Liverpool and Arsenal forward Aziza Toshuala was among the scorers, while Chiwendu Yezuo and captain Rashida Tajibadi also got their names on the score sheet as the 9-time African champions sealed a commanding win. The result gives head coach Justin Madogo a major confidence boost ahead of the continental showpiece in Morocco as the Falcons aim to win a record-extending 10th WAFCON title. And straight to the United States of America, where the FIFA Club World Cup is ongoing, as Joao Neves scored twice as Paris Saint-Germain walloped Inter Miami 4-0 to reach the quarterfinals of the FIFA Club World Cup. Neves stooped down to head Vitinha's free kick in from close range for their 60-minute opener in Atlanta. The Portugal midfielder got the second goal too in the 39th minute, and PSG added 2 more before halftime as Doué's cross was turned into his own net by Thomas Avios before Achraf Hakimi slammed the fourth in added time. PSG will play the winner of the ongoing match between Bayern Munich and Flamengo in Saturday's quarterfinal. Away from football now and straight to tennis, where the world's best players have arrived at Wimbledon with the championship starting on Monday. Spain's Alcaraz will bid for a third men's title in a row after beating Novak Djokovic in the past 2 finals. 38-year-old Djokovic continues to seek a record 25th major title, while world number 1 Yannick Sinner will hope to bounce back from losing to Alcaraz in one of the all-time great French Open finals in June. Top-ranked Arina Sabalenka and French Open champion Coco Gauff are among the favorites for the women's title. Wimbledon will offer a record £53.5 million total prize money in 2025, an increase of 7.1%, with the men and women singles champions taking home £3 million. And finally to motorsport, as Lando Norris fought off a race-long challenge from McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri to win the Austrian Grand Prix. Norris's third victory of the year, leading home a McLaren 1-2, reduced his deficit in the championship to the Australian to 15 points, heading into the British Grand Prix next weekend. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc took the final podium place with teammate Lewis Hamilton finishing 4th. Mercedes' George Russell was 5th, while Red Bull's Max Verstappen was taken out by other Mercedes driver Kimi Antonelli on the first lap and is 61 points off the championship lead. That does it on Sports Tonight. Let's return to Mina.
Many thanks, Buddy. Weather update is next.
Sunday evening, we're seeing a significant buildup of rain-bearing clouds over the eastern half of the country and some parts of the central states, which is very promising, especially as we look ahead to Monday with even better prospects of rainfall activities. Now let's talk about the northern region. We are tracking the likelihood of thunderstorms accompanied by moderate rainfall across several key areas. These include parts of Kaduna, some places around Katsina, Kebbi, Zamfara, Sokoto, Yobe, some parts of Borno, Gombe, and Bauchi. So if you're in these states, stay informed. Those showers are expected to push further southward, reaching into parts of the central region of the country, which will also see some much-needed rain. While we're expecting light to moderate rainfall, mostly in isolated areas across the southern region. This will affect both the coastal cities and parts of the inland areas of the south. So scattered rainfall will pop up throughout the day. Stand by for the detailed temperature forecast. Thank you for watching.
And that's the news update. Of course, Newsline continues.
Welcome to Newsline proper. Now, from office cubicles to classroom benches, commuter buses to the comfort of our couches, Many of us spend more than half our day sitting. Yet that familiar pose, shoulders rounded, neck craned towards a screen, can quietly chip away at our health, fueling back pain, poor circulation, and even fatigue that outlast the workday. Our health correspondent Hakimat Aliu went beyond statistics and discussed with some Nigerians whose lives and livelihoods have been reshaped by poor posture. She will tell us simple adjustments that can shape or spare us years of discomfort.
Did I hear someone say sitting is the new smoking? Well, while that statement might sound absurd or dramatic, health experts have warned that the consequences of bad sitting posture are far from fiction. Loretta Ene, head of physiotherapy department at Garki District Hospital, who has been practicing for decades, noted prevalence of people seeking medical attention due to bodily pains that resulted from bad posture.
The prevalent cause of low back pain is poor sitting posture. So it means the way we sit at home, at work, while we drive, plays a significant factor in how often we see this condition, especially the low back aspect of the spine, the lumbar spine. It's really important because the lumbar spine plays a very important role in supporting us while we sit. And so if you don't have the proper sitting, the proper seat, and you don't sit the proper way, it means you're going to be slouching forward and you're going to be putting strain on your back.
The writer stated that when you slouch or crane your necks forward for a long period, it can lead to complications of chronic pain, fatigue, and high risks of disease.
We rarely ever remember to actively extend our backs. And so you're more likely to have muscle spasms in those back extensors. So as a physio, we always advise our patients, please be conscious about doing back stretches. You can find easy back stretches on social media. You can just find a 5-minute or 3-minute easy back extension stretch. That way you relieve your muscles of the activities that's carried out throughout the day.
The physiotherapist stressed the need to follow medical advice on posture tips to protect the spine, such as sitting with your feet flat on the floor and back supported, adjusting deck setup and screen at eye level, and importantly, taking micro breaks every 30 minutes to stand, stretch, or work. As experts maintain that how you sit can shape how you live, small changes now could mean a lifetime of relief. So whether you're studying, working, or just relaxing, sit upright to live strong and stay healthy.
Now you know why you feel those backaches. Thank you, Hakimat. This report speaks to all of us. Let's make adjustments. Now to school runs, alarm clocks buzz, kettles whistle, and outside the early morning traffic is already inching forward. For millions of Nigerian moms and dads, hustling a child from the breakfast table to the school gate can feel like a dawn-to-desk marathon. Yet hidden in the rush are stories of greater ingenuity, couples that blossom into community, improvised Okada routes that shave minutes off the gridlock, and quiet backseat moments that turn chaos into connection. Tonight, Benson Osadebe will show us how families have turned their daily scrabble into a finely tuned routine.
In many cities across Nigeria, the daily ritual of school run has become a routine for many Nigerian families who wake up as early as 5 o'clock in the morning to prepare the children for school. A task which includes cooking and packing lunch boxes to commuting through congested roads in time to meet school opening hours. For many parents, the school run is more than just a morning routine. It's a daily test of patience, planning, time management, and silent sacrifices of parents.
It's a matter of family planning. Who goes on Monday? Who goes on Tuesday?
Because when it is not well planned, one, you might break down your health,
too. It might affect your work.
Don't entrust your children under the care of any person. Do it yourself. You want to do it. If you don't want to do it, go to a school that is very close to you. Because of what is happening in the country now, insecurity.
You could look for other honest ways to make additional money so your wife can pay for those school runs, pay for fueling the vehicle.
For working class and low-income families, the pressure is more intense, particularly in major cities where traffic congestion is higher.
So I think it's affecting their job while doing this, affecting them emotionally too and psychologically.
To woke up by sometimes 3:34.
Inadvertently, it's affecting the children, affecting the family ties that should be.
Despite the numerous challenges investigations show, parents remain committed to their children's education, often making significant sacrifices daily to ensure they attend school. The school run, though routine, observers say, continues to highlight broader issues of urban planning, transport infrastructure, and work-life balance, and therefore calls for collective solution from both government and society.
Well, getting them ready is another kind of job entirely. Well, the good thing is that there's joy in doing it and you don't get paid. Now, bustling market squares to the secluded streets of Umuahia, a silent crisis still plays out behind closed doors. Domestic violence, an abuse that cuts across age, class and creed, continues to splinter families despite laws and loud advocacy. Tonight on Newsline, we'll move beyond cold statistics into the living rooms and hospital wards where survivors are piecing their lives together. We will meet the counselors offering a lifeline, the neighbors who won't look away, and the helplines that could mean good, either harm or hope. Guiding us through this story of pain, resilience, and redemption is Kingsley Onoha.
Domestic violence is not just physical abuse. It includes emotional manipulation, psychological control, sexual coercion, and financial oppression. It happens in marriages, relationships, and even within families. And while women are said to be mostly affected, men and children are also victims, often silenced by shame or fear. According to World Health Organization, 1 in 3 women globally have experienced some form of intimate partner violence.
Domestic violence is a serious problem in society today. As we go to our Facebook pages, you can see men killing their wives, using hot iron on their wives. It's a domestic violence. Area of house helps. You can see our women today beating their house helps to death. It's a domestic violence.
Mostly the weaker gender, which is the female gender, in most cases are the victim of sexual violence.
In the society today, cultural norms, economic dependence, and gaps in law enforcement continue to make it difficult for victims to get justice.
Our culture do not permit most women to either separate from their family or dissolve their marriage.
If the place is getting hotter, please leave that marriage. If it is separation, separate for the meantime.
Those that maybe their parents don't have upper hand to train them, they will take them to other people to take care of them.
As a husband, if your wife wrongs you, you cannot enjoy it. Better go out. Later, that's your mind will still calm down, and you can be able to make peace with her. But if you decide maybe to take action immediately, it can lead you to take wrong action.
Some communities still view domestic violence as a private matter, discouraging intervention or police involvement. Ending domestic violence is not just the job of law enforcement. It begins with awareness, education, and compassion.
Violence anywhere and anytime, not acceptable. Speak up, kick against it, and don't get involved. Our next story is a sad one. It's a heartbreak no parent should ever endure. Sending a child to university with dreams of a brighter future, only to receive his body in return. That is the devastating reality facing the family of 23-year-old Abdul Wahab Abubakar, a student of Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University, Lapai, once full of hope and potential, Abdul Wahab's life was abruptly and tragically cut short under circumstances that have left his community in shock and grief. His story is a painful reminder of how fragile life could be. Musa Mikhail tells us more.
The family of Abubakar Adamu from Paikuru local government area of Niger State received devastating news about their son, Abdul Wahab Abubakar, 300 level student of chemistry education at Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University, Lapai. Abdul Wahab was tragically stabbed to death by a group of phone snatchers who invaded his off-campus lodge just 7 days after he resumed school. According to eyewitness account, the hoodlums arrived in large numbers and stabbed Abdul Wahab when he tried to escape.
The day they came into this compound, there were like 20 of them. And they came into the room that people have resumed. So that day they came, this boy was inside his room. The two of them were struggling to push the door from inside. So they pushed the door and broke the door and entered inside the room. One of them ran away and they stabbed this guy that is dead now.
I'm once a victim of the things that are happening, and it's very traumatic to our students because the way the people will come and attack you is very, it's very hurtful.
This incident sparked student riot, with many describing the recurring insecurity as unacceptable. The state government temporarily closed down the institution, but after security meetings with government representatives, community leaders and police, normalcy was reportedly restored.
I assure you that with this meeting and the ones that have been done before now, a lot of strategies have been put in place to make sure that the best thing, the peace and security returns to the university community and the Lapai community entirely.
The parent, I assure them, safety, security and safety of their children.
I can guarantee you that Lapai is better fortified now than what it was before the incident.
The parents of the deceased are still grappling with traumatic memory of the incident.
I have already lost. Only Allah can repay me because he is a helpful child.
His death is painful to me. I will miss him.
Many are hopeful that the authorities will implement a permanent solution to the growing insecurity in the area, which has significantly impacted teaching and learning at the institution.
This is sad, real sad. Hopefully, there will be justice. Let's take another break. Newsline will be back shortly. You're watching Newsline on NTA. Ogidi, a quiet yam-growing community in Ijumu, local government area of Kogi State, recently marked its annual New Yam Festival. What began as a modest harvest, Thanksgiving, has blossomed into a celebration that now draws visitors from across the globe. This year's highlight was the arrival of a troop of Spanish cultural tourists who traded castanets for talking drums, joining villagers in the Aroso dance, sharing smiles, stories, and steaming plates of freshly pounded yam. Their joyful participation underscored how a simple rural rite is forging unexpected friendship, placing Ogidi and Ijumu firmly on the international tourist map. Jonathan Omajali tells us more.
In the month of June, the rhythm of these wooden instruments stirs something deep in every son and daughter of Ogidi. It is more than music. It is a call to joy, a signal that the season of harvest has arrived, carrying with it the sweet scent of fresh yams and the spirit of celebration. What was once a quiet communal Thanksgiving has now blossomed into an international spectacle. The Ogidi New Yam Festival, deeply rooted in tradition, now draws visitors from around the world not as distant spectators, but as vibrant participants in its colorful display of culture. A highlight of this year's festival was the symbolic presentation of the new yam to the king by the Yeyoba, Chief Nike Okundayi, a cultural icon born in this ancient kingdom.
My mother's father is a king, and they make me Yeyoba of Ogidi. So my culture is to present the yam for the king.
This year, she was joined by Spanish guests, friends of the community who journeyed across continents to experience the festival firsthand.
Very important this kind of festival that we are attending today, because that proves the value of the local culture, and also it proves how important it is to bring it abroad.
Every year is improving. This year is fantastic again.
For the Ologidi and his people, this is not just a celebration of harvest, but of unity, culture, and a heritage that continues to captivate the world.
Beautiful. Culture remains a global binding force. It's one of the ways to reach the world, so we must keep promoting our identity. Still on culture, in a world where modern influences often overshadow traditions, the people of Amasoma in southern Ijo local government area of Bayelsa State chose to hold on tightly to their roots with pulsating drum beats, graceful dance steps, sacred rites, and bursts of vibrant colors. They came together to tell the story of their ancestry, resilience, and pride passed from one generation to the other. Gift Obe reports.
Amasoma is one of the communities in southern Ijo local government area of Bayelsa State. It's located within tributary of the River Non, and fishing and farming is the critical occupation of the people. To avoid cultural extinction of the community, the Amasoma people within and outside the state yearly gather to sustain their heritage. The Seigbe Fishing and Feasting Festival showcases the diverse cultural heritage of the Amasoma people, one of which is the fishing at the ancestral lake locally called Ogugwembi, where fishing activities are done once every year. The traditional wrestling and the non-Ijo waist dance was also featured. This ancestral heritage, which was to the admiration of spectators, also paved way for the display of love-boat rides by natives and guests amidst traditional music. But what do the stakeholders and guests make of this traditional heritage?
It's a period where all sons and daughters of Amasoma should come home and commemorate with themselves and have opportunity to begin to fraternize, to think about the development of the community.
Inviting the government to partner with Amasoma community, see how we can arrange to improve the tourism sector.
This segment symbolizes unity and oneness.
I've seen prominent people from Amasoma. Some people came from abroad. Some people came from Port Harcourt. I know people, even our son, Honorable Ambawe, who is here. That's to tell you that Amasoma, they love themselves.
The Amasoma Fishing and Feasting Festival is a cherished tradition that showcases the community's cultural richness and promotes unity amongst its people.
Thank you, Gift. Now, the Exonupe Yaya Abubakar marked his 72nd birthday and 21 years on the throne, not with fanfare, but with a purpose-driven colloquium on food and the nation. Experts, smallholder farmers, and tech-savvy youths exchanged ideas on turning smart agriculture into fuller plates and a stronger economy. Shehu Mohammed Data reports from Bida, where tradition met transformation in honor of a monarch devoted to the well-being of his people.
The colloquium brought together experts, high-profile personalities, diplomats, policy makers, industry leaders, and key stakeholders from the agricultural sector with a shared vision. The focus is to exchange knowledge and discuss more insights on best practices in sustainable agriculture.
It is a foundation that will take out our youth from the streets and make them very productive.
Experts explored strategies for the sector to strive despite challenges, urging collaboration between policymakers and farmers to implement effective frameworks for success.
The President has budgeted in 2025 the sum of 1.5 trillion towards the revitalization of the Bank of Agriculture. This will enable both big-time and small-holder farmers to access facilities towards the improvement of agriculture in our country.
Thank God government is dealing with this issue now, bringing more tractors, and very soon we believe that there should be some funds somewhere that can take care of lower interest rate. 9% is still too high.
Under his watch, the SNUP stood out as a visionary leader due to his commitment to agriculture, serving as a role model to the youth and encouraged to pursue farming as a means of livelihood.
Colloquium is bringing a lot of wealth of experience and knowledge to bear so that the next generation can be motivated and inspired.
We are doing this because I believe anniversaries should have a value component and be a historical reference point whenever they are marked, so that while appreciating Allah for the grace of long life and prosperity, we are using the occasion to give something back to the society.
Solutions profiled include preventing major incidences such as the Yamoka crisis and reinforcing the importance of proactive measures. The celebrant was honored not only as a revered traditional ruler, but also as an accomplished agricultural pioneer and mentor whose legacy continues to inspire progress in the sector.
Congratulations to the monarch. We wish him more years in good health. Our social diary is still sizzling. In a city where tradition speaks louder than words, Yola came alive with colors, culture and pride as engineer Seydou Gida was conferred with one of the Emirates' most prestigious titles, Barde Adamawa, conferred by the Lamido Adamawa, His Royal Highness Muhammadu Barkindo Aliu Mustafa. The title of Barde means a warrior, protector and builder. Rayano Bala reports.
The revered palace of Lamido Fombina Muhammadu Barkindo Aliu Mustafa in the ancient town of Yola was characterized by royalty and other traditional activities, as four of the illustrious sons of Adama were turbaned with their respective traditional titles. One of them is Engineer Seydou Gida, a philanthropist and entrepreneur with great impact during his public service. The title Barde Adama, bestowed on Seydou Gida by the Adama Emirate Council in a colorful ceremony, symbolizes bravery, a title which is always reserved for who is strong to protect an entity.
You must unite to ensure development of the Emirates.
The title is in recognition of his numerous contributions to development of Adama Emirate and the larger society.
When your traditional leader, the head of your traditional system, the Lamido of Adamawa recognizes you, you know that you have been recognized. This is the apex of recognition.
Barde is one of our chairman and he's a very close friend. I'm very happy about it.
And honestly happy, and I know that wholeheartedly that Engineer Gida will be all he can to see the development of his people. That's why he was being given this position.
And you know, title of Barde means a leader of during the war. So he is really good. He is capable to do this.
We are a very serious person, and I believe the selection by the Adamawa Emirate Council to appoint him as Barde, I think is a welcome development.
It's a very marvelous day for me, seeing that I am traveled today by the Lamido Adamawa as the first Barde Adamawa. I thank everybody who comes from far and near.
The memorable event also symbolizes unity and peace in the society, as well as to showcase the rich cultural heritage of the emirate. From the Lamido's palace to the residence of Barde Adamawa Saidun Jeddah, where he gave out the hands of 3 of his daughters into marriage, preceded by Quranic graduation. It was indeed a joyful moment for both the celebrants and the guests, who wished them a successful marriage life.
Congratulations to the Barde Adamawa and more grace. Now love is in the air, and that's because Katsina's ancient skyline gleamed with festivities as 2 storied lineages became one. In the courtyard of Kandahar Jurmat Mosque, Engineer Yazid Lawal Ahmed, son of veteran broadcaster and former NTA Director of Programs Malam Lawal Ahmed, took the hand of Khadija Abdu Ruma, proud descent of the famed Ruma clan, and legendary warrior Dantweri. Prayers mingled with talking drum rhythms, while journalists, palace courtiers and neighbors alike surrounded the couple in a warm embrace of culture and community. It was more than a wedding. It was a celebration of love and heritage. Hawal Haliro was there for Newsline.
The marriage ceremony followed the fulfillment of all conditions, including the payment of a bride price of 150,000 naira in an offer and acceptance between representative of the groom and that of the bride. The Imam led a special prayer session seeking divine guidance and blessings for the newlywed.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
In the next 1 or 2 years, we will see them coming up with children that will be blessed and for them to have a blessed life. So wish them all the best and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
From today, they fulfill one of their religious obligations. What remains for them, they should try to live in harmony, live in peace, be brothers and sisters, and be advisors to each other.
I'm feeling happy with my friend that I see this day for a very long period of time. So I wish him happy marriage life.
We hope he will stay with his wife in a very peaceful home so that they will have more offspring.
We wish them happy marriage. All the best advice we can give them is to be patient with each other.
In a heartfelt advice, the parents of the couple urged them to live in peace and avoid third-party interference in their matrimonial affairs.
I'm glad and I thank God, and I hope it will be a very fruitful married life, and the advice I will give them is they should be tolerant of each other.
I wish to also thank those individuals who have made it to this occasion and those who in their comfortable times found time to pray for the couple but have not been able to attend this event. I also thank them very, very much.
The newlywed expressed joy and gratitude, describing the day at the culmination of a 3-year courtship.
She's intelligent, she has a good sense of humor, and she's respectful, and she plays a lot. So because I don't want to have a boring home, I want to have a home that is full of laughter.
Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations to the couple. We wish them a blissful marriage filled with love. You're still watching Newsline on NTA. Let's take another break. Thanks for staying, and if you just joined us, this is Newsline. Across Nigeria, a quiet movement is gaining ground, driven by citizens who believe that true nation building begins with personal responsibility. These individuals are leading by example, showing that accountability isn't just for leaders, but a standard everyone must uphold. They are promoting change through simple, consistent civic actions. In this report, Ibrahim Danhamidu highlights how these efforts are lighting the path to a more accountable society.
Sometimes we talk about Nigeria like she's a stranger, but she's not. She is home, and homes are not built by silence. Across Abuja, I met voices, tired yet hopeful, angry yet patient. They are quietly helping to strengthen the nation in ways that often go unnoticed.
Enough of blame games. Being active as a citizen does not imply going to social media, calling your leaders all sorts of names, saying all sorts of derogatory things against your country. A country that you are citizen, a country that you are born into.
We're always taught accountability. You have to be responsible for your actions.
We need to continue to educate them about their self-worth, about the fact that they shouldn't be distracted by things that will not allow them to achieve the best. And we also need to advocate for them in different areas.
In a country where truth takes courage, these citizens lead with calm resolve and accountability. They are making it with what binds the country together, one civic action at a time.
We look at ourselves as not one family, one brothers, one entity. If God decided he should have created us all Muslims in this country, or all Christians, or all partly Muslims, partly Christians, partly this, so that we work as a team, so that we work as one person, so that we will be our brothers' keepers, so that we will love each other. This is the real sense of true citizenship.
There is a fundamental determination for how a human being behaves himself, carries on in society, because it is said that the first law of nature is survival. So governments have a duty to look for a way to improve on the economy of the citizens.
This isn't just a report, it's a conversation, a heart-to-heart exchange that highlights the power of everyday Nigerians who do the right thing, ask the right questions, and follow the right processes. And every time they do so, something shifts. Now that's how a stronger Nigeria is built. From the good, the bad, and the ugly. These self-improvement advocates say the country did not get this far for nothing, because the future is watching.
Thank you, Brian, but I think it's a call to action. Let that change you want to see begin with you. Building an enviable nation requires collective efforts. In our quiet town tucked away in Ekiti State, a bold vision is rising, one brick at a time. It's a project that blends science, culture, and imagination, and it's being led not by an architect, but by a professor for agricultural production systems. Professor Philip Adetiloye is constructing Nigeria's first symmetric-based pyramid in Ise, Ekiti, a structure designed not only as a tourism attraction, but a center for learning, architectural innovation, and even therapy. From concept to construction, the project is drawing attention for its uniqueness and potential to transform the local landscape. Olukemi Sani visited the site and brings us this inspiring story of passion, purpose, and possibility.
The project, which is ongoing as a conference center, museum, library, learning center, 16 rooms, and a model of 22-story building pyramid built in the base of a chess game from the understanding of advanced geometric principle, challenging the conventional architectural norms and opening new avenues for design exploration. This ride introduces Professor Philip Adetiloye's pyramid project to stand out from the more commonly known asymmetrical methods of building with rectangular or square base, a creation characterized by a triangular base and 3 triangular sides, meaning all 3 sides of the pyramid, as well as the base, have equal triangular surface areas.
King Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. A lot of people have tried to use geometry to explain a lot of things in creation. Plato, Pythagoras, Kepler, and so on and so forth. And I think I belong to that genre of intellectuals, just trying to connect us, connect science with philosophy, with religion, with mathematics, with different realms of knowledge.
Talking about the therapeutic aspect of the pyramid, Professor Adetiloye says water kept inside the model boosts immune system, heals diabetes, while crops, seeds and livestock reared there came out with amazing results. To him, this is not religious, but pure mathematics.
I've done a lot of research on this while at the university for over 40 years. We experimented with different symmetries, with different crops, maize, rice, cowpea, soybeans. We planted the seeds inside different geometric forms. I found that we were having about 20 to 40% yield increase. So at this level, we want to scale it up. So human beings will come here now, and when we complete it, they will sleep here, they will relax, enjoy themselves, and then they will come and tell us their experience.
A member of the United States think tank, Professor Adetiloye has been a sole founder of this project, which started 14 years ago, but needs partners for this project to be completed.
If our people can support him, it will be a great joy in me. Because I see if he didn't achieve this thing before his time goes, I personally won't be happy.
The value chain of tourism is unlimited. And that is why each government, each governor of the Nigeria and the federal government should invest more in tourism. See wonders. Have you seen this before? No. Visit it.
Professor Philip Adetiloye's pioneering work in Ise-Ekiti, when completed, will stand as a beacon of innovation and a testament to the rich, creative and inventive potentials embedded in Nigerian citizens.
That's a vision to generate wealth. In the heart of Kebbi State lies Zuru, a land of rich cultural diversity, deeply rooted in tolerance and a proud history of military valor. From ancient traditions to modern resilience, what has shaped the fearless spirit of the Zuru people across generations? Abdullahi Mohammed journeys into a community where heritage meets heroism.
It's a city shielded by nature, making it hard to conquer.
Throughout their history, not been conquered.
Its people bearing unique identification, a tribal mark which can only be traced to Zulu. Their ancestral occupation, farming and hunting. But military service, the tallest dream. And this creates a cluster of army generals.
I joined the army as a recruit under the Education Corps, as an education instructor. And I continue to progress in the military. As fate will have it, I am lucky that I had the opportunity of commanding 7 different battalions, 3 different brigades, then Lagos Garrison, which was a division, which is now a division, before I was appointed the Chief of Army Staff.
There is no contest to the fact that Zuru Emirate has contributed immensely to the field of military and security in this country. It is said that more than 10 generals were bred in this community. But another field that is yet to be known about this community is the fact that most of its citizens have broken grounds in various fields of education. The case of 2 professors stands out.
Unfortunately, I was one of the best students that finished the SBS, so I was picked for a scholarship in England.
When the Center for the Dryland Agriculture came on board, I was part of those, and they brought again to help.
But the icing on the cake lies in their ability to live above religious bigotry.
If you talk about ethno-religious relations, Zuru is a template. We exist as a community with large presence of Muslims and Christians in this community. There was never any episode of violence.
What role does religious institutions play in sustaining religious tolerance among the people?
The church has played a role, actually, in preaching and teaching our people to not only to have tolerance for our neighbors, but to also love them.
So that is why
we Zulu people, we are living peacefully without any harassment.
But can this reign of tolerance spread out to societies where seed of discord is sown?
We can be healed. Forgiveness, healing starts from forgiveness.
If forgiveness is the starting point, then I hope it begins now.
That's another call to action. Thank you so much, Abdullahi Explorer. Now let's take our last break. Newsline will be right back.
The Nigerian national flag represents our country's history, culture, and identity. It was designed in 1959. The colors are Emerald Green 2.0, which represents agriculture, and Immaculate White represents unity and peace. Know how to handle our flag. Illuminate the environment or don't fly the flag overnight. Do not fly a dirty or tattered flag. Take such flag to the nearest National Orientation Agency office for proper disposal and replacement. The national flag can only be flown at half-mast on the directive of the federal government. The national flag must be flown at the same or higher height when displayed alongside other flags. Don't burn or allow the national flag to fall on the ground. Do not print, decorate, modify, or insert the coat of arms on the flag. Our national heroes are not buried with the flag. They are honored by presenting it to their next of kin during interment. Respect our national flag. Be a real Nigerian.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Are you ready? Join us on Reshaping Democracy, a groundbreaking program on the network service of the NTA, where citizens get the chance to ask ministers, heads of ministerial departments, agencies, and other top government officials questions on their performance and delivery of mandates. With no sector of limits, conversations build around bridging communication gaps for feedback and effect as our guests engage with the people they serve.
How does ND foster partnerships with organizations, government agencies, NGOs, among others?
As our leaders give account to citizens' inquiries on good governance, tune in to Reshaping Democracy, a creative concept coming up every Tuesday evening at 10:05 p.m.
This is Reshaping Democracy.
Glad to know you're still there, and we're on the last lap of Newsline tonight. Blessing Okagbari's doping scandal in 2022 stunned the nation, cutting short her once celebrated career and exposing the hidden pressures athletes face. Now, with President Bola Tinubu signing the long-awaited Anti-Doping Act into law, there's renewed hope for a cleaner, more accountable sporting future. But is it too late for past stars, and will it truly shield tomorrow's champions? Austin Edemodo explores the lessons, hopes, and hurdles behind Nigeria's new anti-doping push.
In 2022, Blessing Okagbari's glittering career took a nosedive following her ban by Athletics Integrity Union for anti-doping rules violations. Sadly, she has since been forgotten. Doping is a worldwide issue and cuts across different sports, with several casualties over the decades. World Anti-Doping Agency WADA has been waging war against doping, and Nigeria is not relenting either. In March 2025, a bill to domesticate the anti-doping rules was signed into law by President Tinubu. The National Anti-Doping Act provides for the establishment of an independent anti-doping organization, laboratory, and legal framework with the cardinal requirements for Nigeria to achieve compliance with the World Anti-Doping Body.
It's going to have a huge impact on our athletes, on major international competitions. Of course, we must have at least 1,500 testing every year. And before now, we only have one anti-doping lab in Africa, that is in South Africa. We are on the verge of having our own because we now have anti-doping laws.
The head of the Nigerian Anti-Doping Organization, Fadeke Fadebi, says the new act empowers the organization to arrest and prosecute vendors of illegal and banned substances that constitute doping.
But it's giving us a lot of powers now to assist athletes who perhaps, and stakeholders also, who want to, perhaps blow the whistle. We can better protect them with the Whistleblowers Act. We can do so much more right now to ensure a level playing field for all those who want to participate in sports.
More so, getting athletes to comply with anti-doping testing programs and effective monitoring for compliance is another ball game.
And when a doping control officer or a sample collection officer goes to look for you and they don't meet you there, that's what you call the miss test. And whereabouts failure can translate into an anti-doping rule violation that can cause an athlete to be sanctioned for 2 years.
A top Nigerian heptathlete, Kemi Frances Peterson, believes that apart from regulation, athletes also need motivation.
If you don't prepare, you don't train, they do not invest in you, your nutrition, your equipment, and they're expecting you to go to that highest podium, is very, very difficult.
We understand what it means to have a fair, clean and fair competition. People must compete fairly. And the athletes know our slogan. For us, it's about hard work. There's no shortcut to it.
Experts are concerned with the full implementation of the new Anti-Doping Act, if anything desirable is to be achieved to avoid another Okabari scenario.
It's true, there's no shortcut to success. This is a good move. It was a moment of solemn reflection in Dujo's South Local Government area of Plateau State, as family, friends and dignitaries gathered to pay their last respect to the Yarobot Davo, a respected elder statesman, bridge builder, and elder brother to the Wom Jos, the Jacob Gyang Buba. His legacy of unity and service echoed through tributes. Indeyang and the Yaba Gyang reports.
Family members, friends, and other sympathizers gathered at Kokin LCC Bukuru to pay their last respect to the deceased.
We learn a lot from Baba because he will tell you something that you have never known before.
We had important moments with him, his great counsel, which I will miss so much.
He's a man of wisdom. He's a man that can see beyond what you are thinking.
The presiding cleric described the deceased as a bridge builder, peacemaker, and a man of unwavering principle who dedicated his life to the unity and progress of his community.
When Christ returns, we will live with him forever. And we know that Jesus himself made this emphasis in John chapter 14, verse 6.
The deceased younger brother and Bongwam Jos, Da Jacob Gyang Buba, commended late Yaro Gwam for patriotism, stating that his legacy will continue to inspire future generations.
Was a very, very tall pillar of light in the entirety of our family.
Former Governor of Plateau State, Da Jonah David Jang, representative of the state government, friends, and family members extolled his virtues of humility, honesty, and commitment to national service.
I met Darabot in one mining company, Gold and Base, 1971. As God will make it, he just pulled me and held me as his son, his brother, friends.
He has done so much for this state, projects executed, you know, in his own little way.
The deceased was then lowered at the family burial ground in Latia Du district of Jos South local government area. Da Yaro Davo passed recently in Jos at 95 during an illness.
May so rest in peace. And that's Newsline tonight, where we sat with stillness, raised with parents, stood with survivors, and danced with tradition. These stories remind us that even in our ordinary moments, there is resilience, rhythm, and reason to hope. Thank you so much for watching. And if tonight moved you, inspired you, or made you think, join us again next Sunday, same time and same place. I'm Elizabeth. Omori.